Hey everyone. Sorry I've been taking so long. I've really got to try and, I'm not sure if I'm gonna even refilm these. See, I've now taken part in a challenge that I was tagged in, and, I don't know, I want to reshoot the whole thing, even though it took me a while. I don't know, I'm still in the middle of doing that. I don't know whether or not to do it, but oh well. Anyway, what do you think of his ride? Pretty cool, huh? In fact, I may want to zoom in just a little. There we go. That looks slightly better and blurrier. Great. Anyway, this ride in particular is what I'm going to be reviewing. No, not both of you. Just you. Just Mega Man. Just you stay. You stay. Now, anyway, if you don't recognize what this mold is, this is, I'm pretty sure it's a Cyberverse, what was it? Is that the class? It's basically more or less a Legion class, or Legends class size, Transformers Prime Arcee, in really weird colors and shoddy plastic that is very thin, and a bunch of screws. And I have the packaging still, so I can at least show you some of that, because, you know, I rarely do that. This is the transformation, wait, no, this is the transforming robot. Like a weird, what's this guy? Like a weird bootleg, like Bumblebee? He does look like Prime Bumblebee in the, with the chest and things. I don't know, he's weird, but he kind of reminds me of some kind of construction guy. Like, this would be the hard hat or something on the very top. I don't know. Anyway, this is by Creative Kids. You even see that? This is by Creative Kids. It is a quick change robot and is for ages 3 and up. I believe I've seen these several years ago, but one resurfaced as I made a pilgrimage to the local Family Dollar, because most of the ones in my neighborhood are gone. That's the only one left. And then I found this thing buried underneath a bunch of other stuff. Transforming robot, quick change, and here are the other figures in the assortment. So this is what looks like a movie Starscream, Legion Optimus Prime, the figure we have here, which is Arcee, and I don't exactly remember who this guy is. I feel like he's another Movieverse figure, but I wouldn't exactly know for sure. Now, I don't have a whole lot of space on this phone left, so I gotta go through this fairly quickly. Oh, one last thing. Where are you? There you are. Starscream from the dollar store. Legion class, I suppose. I mean, obviously this is not to scale, but they are fairly similar in size. So I guess I may as well go through this. And as I mentioned before, rather shoddy plastic, so I guess you'd have to be careful if you buy one of these. Let me think here. I guess first move these bits out. Not that they entirely get in the way of anything if you've got everything aligned correctly, but still. And these are probably the most complicated part of the transformation, more or less. The legs, now, they are sort of meant to tab in at the bottom here, more or less. It doesn't quite stay. I don't know if it ever did on the official. By the way, we extend the legs and all that. Don't remember if it did on the official, but this one, I don't know, it's weird. See, it's loose in some places, and sometimes it's also quite tight. In this case, it was tight, and this joint is loose. I know you typically have to tighten up the screw. By the way, we move in the wheels. I think we'd have to tighten the screw there to make it tighter, but then it prevents the wheel from fully moving out in transformation. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of a lose-lose situation. And pretty sure that's how it goes, more or less. Sorry, I'm really bad. You can't see any of that. It's a little bit different for each one, but generally you move the wheel more or less to that location. And now we move on to the arms. Now, this is a little difficult, but split them. There we go. A little tight on mine. Again, on these big hinges, just move them. And then just move this back. This does look like a really cool elven cloak thing with big weird ears, but if you're not into that, just move it back. and then these will become weird wings. And that is essentially it. Once you have everything aligned the way you like it, I try and move the arms up on that big hinge as much as I can. I guess it's no, not quite a double hinge, just a hinge. And there we go. There is little Arcee. A little bit of trouble standing up because she's rather light. These bits on the legs are rather heavy due to the screws, and this knee is loose. Although her joints were a lot more loose before, though. I have to admit, she was doing a lot worse before. Now I guess may as well look at the articulation while we're here. Articulation. I can't say anything. I'm sorry. You can move these little bits. Not that they entirely matter. The arms are on a ball joint, but only up here. Nothing up there, unfortunately. I guess you can consider these like a weapon thing, but they don't look very good. And in general, she just looks more like a grasshopper than anything. These are on a ball joint and a swivel. Yeah, I guess so, a swivel or a hinge, if you wish. But not much. And there are already naturally built-in heels. So you don't exactly have to worry about her falling back as long as the knees are secure. Now, if you're wondering about, if there was ever like a brief little glitch or something weird that happened that you noticed, that is because when I tried putting pause on the camera, the phone took a little while to register the actual command, or it took the touch screen a while to register that. And then, since it didn't pause, or since it didn't show up on the screen, I was like, maybe it didn't register, I gotta press it a little harder or something like that. And then it suddenly registered all three at once. So, yeah, it's a little weird. But here's Starscream. So, yeah, she ends up being much taller. I mean, in general, she's not really good. The only paint on her is on the chest and bits on what are now the legs. Oh, and of course that sweet, sweet copyright. Because everyone needs to know who made this. But oh well. She's not horrible. I mean, I never really got most of these smaller Cyberverse figures. I missed out on a lot of stuff. I was smaller. I had a little less money. I mean, still, I don't know, not doing great. But oh well. So here's Arcee. And I'm not going to do the sign out because I don't like it. Bye.